So, what's up guys, and welcome to the fly workshop, Ívar's fly workshop. And this time we are going to be tying a fly, which I simply call just like a freshwater prawn or a shrimp. This tiny shrimp I got from America, from people I was guiding while fishing years back. This is actually one titan, I think, on the hook size number 18 or 16. It's really small. The one we are going to tie is a little bit bigger because we are in Iceland, and it works in brackish water here in Iceland, this type of shrimp. It's not a common thing here to use shrimps in freshwater, but this one definitely is worth a try. We are using a nano silk 30 denier from Simple Fly. And remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. The pattern of the fly you can find in the description of the video, and you'll also find information about how to support the channel if you like. It's through PayPal, and I think it's fair and square that you support my work at some point. We are using an RX curved nymph barbless number 14 for this task. And this is relatively simple fly to tie, and the antennas of the fly, or the antennas or the tail, that is just like a pearl crystal flash, thin one if you have it, because this is like still only a 14 size hook. And we attach that down to the hook like this. And then the body of the fly, we are making that out of the same material, except that is like a little bit larger flash. Like the strands are a little bit thicker than this. So I do that on that purpose to get like a good body of the fly. So we tie that in. We will trim this down in a second. We'll have to cut off this part of it, and as I said, this is it's been okay. Tied similar like this, except I'm not gonna use rubber eyes on it. I'm gonna just use like a old-fashioned bead chain eyes on it, and if you're using the bead chain eyes, that makes the fly heavier, so you do not necessarily need to add any other weight to the fly unless you really want to. Here are the couple of the strands, the crystal flash strands I'm using for the body, and they are a little bit bigger. They have more like a crystal texture on them as a color, so you'll see that when we tie them in and start to wrap them around the hook shank. They're going to give it like a pretty nice color. Another thing to mention in this fly, because I'm using a black thread for it, I mean, that works, but if you really want to take an advance, you can use like a fluor, like a glow bright thread, like an orange or red glow bright thread, and you will get like a little different color on the whole thing using different thread, because it's gonna shine, well, some of it's gonna shine a little bit through the crystal flash. It's gonna give the fly a whole new color if you tie it with a different thread. Just keep that in mind, green or red or blue. So we got the crystal flash to the place, and start with the body. Start to wrap the body, and now it is time to place the eyes on the fly. This is just like a look at the old-fashioned bead chain eyes, which you can get in a craft store or hardware store or anywhere. Not the eyes, but you can get the chain, and you will just have to chop it down yourself manually. People in Iceland, they are still using these eyes quite a lot. And I would say for a good reason. It's like a cheap alternative material to tie from, and it sinks your fly. It takes the fly down very well down from under the water film and works as a weight on the fly. We have to like cross wrap, like zigzag the ice down on the hook shank. And since I'm using only 8/0 thread, it's like a little limited how much tension I can put on the thread to secure the ice. But we'll be using like a sapper gap to completely secure them so they won't go anywhere. And we'll do that just right now before we start to wrap the thread on the body of the fly. Just give it like a little tip there with the sapper gap, and this is gonna go nowhere after that. The eyes are going to stick and be in their place. And we will catch the pearl crystal flash with our thread. Start to build up like a little head on the fly. And you can leave the eyes like this, just silver colored, but I prefer actually to take like a black permanent marker to color the eyes. It's optional, absolutely optional, as I said, and not necessary. But since most of the prawn and shrimps I've seen, they have all black eyes in some form. What I find interesting about this pattern is that it's not, we do not have freshwater shrimps here, but we have like cameras and scuds in the brackish water. This is probably like close enough to that so the fish will take it. Like the seatrout sometimes go for this, and the Arctic char is often crazy about this pattern, this pearly flash patterns. And yeah, it's one of the very good ones. We just have to whip finish a couple of times, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content coming in. You can support the channel. You'll find all that information in the descriptions down below on the video, and you'll find the pattern there too. And as a final touch, I'm gonna give the fly just like a little gush of UV resin. It's the Solaris Bond Cure I'm using, and we'll go. It should be enough, and we'll fry it with our light. So I just want to say to you guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.